Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to our lunch break live. Grab your lunch, grab your drink, get comfortable. Yes, yes, yes. Can you guys hear me? Yes? Can you hear me? Yeah? Awesome. Okay, okay. So tell me in the chat, where are you watching me from? I am Sinandra, your guide for mindset transformation. And if you are like watching this in the replay or live over here with me, hello, 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 everyone. Um, tell me in the chat where you watching me, what time are you watching me from? So for those that are joining me here for the first time, welcome. I am Sinandra. I am a mindset and transformation coach. I love to help people align their mindset, their behavior, and their actions. Um, like so they can create that lasting change in building a life that reflects your true potential, right? So I'm grateful you are here, and let's dive in today. So today I want to invite you into a different kind of conversation. Not a conversation with your boss, not a conversation with your spouse, not a conversation with your family and friends, a conversation with yourself. Um, we are half through the year. Yesterday, Brazil, USA play in the World Cup. So much emotions. That's the reason why you can see me still over here celebrating. Um, Before we dive in, before like you start thinking about new goals with this halfway through the year, right? New strategies or new plans. I want all of us here to pause and ask ourselves a simple, simple question. How is your internal dialogue? Because this is not just the middle of the year, right? This is when we pause and bring the awareness where we are today. It's like a new beginning. If you look at the whole world in most of the continent, it is summer, right? So there is change. And most people look at the halfway point of the year or at the halfway point of a big age milestone and immediately focus on what they have not accomplished, right? Most people the goals they miss, they think about the money they didn't make, the weight they didn't lose, the opportunities that they didn't pursue. But what if this moment is not about measuring your progress? Have you ever thought about that? What if it is about examining the voice that has been guiding your progress? Hmm? Because neuroscience teaches something fascinating for me. Your brain is constantly listening to the words you repeat to yourself, the words you repeat to yourself, to others. Every thought creates a new pathway. Yep. Every repeated belief becomes familiar, becomes a code in your mind. And your brain is designed to what? To seek to what is familiar and protect you, even if a familiar is not serving you anymore. So think about that. If every day you tell yourself, I am behind, I am late, I am not good enough, I always struggle, I will never figure this out, your brain begins to collect evidence to support their story, not because it's true, because repetition creates familiarity, right? And familiarity becomes what? Our norm, our identity. Mhm. This is why this conversation you are having with yourself matters so much. And people in the automatic do not realize that they are in the automatic. The quality of your life is directly connected to the quality of your inner dialogue. So today I want to slow down, turn down the noises of the outside world with you here. Turn out the noises of what? Social media, the noises of comparison, the expectation noise, the pressure to constantly prove yourself. And instead, let's ask, what part of my soul has been trying to speak to me for so long? And pause here. Because most people don't need more information, AI to refine them. They need more connection. Remember those days that when people walk and see the weather and say, oh, today is going to rain? Today, we don't even have that connection anymore. The more connection that you need and you compensate with the noise or distractions keeps you stuck. Um, we needed to just learn how to reconnect with ourselves. We have been so busy paying the bills, meeting expectations, keeping up appearances, like explaining ourselves every day, trying to fit in, trying to earn approval, that we have stopped listening to our inner wisdom. And here is what I have learned through my coaching, through my corporate America career. The answers people are searching are often already within us, but people bury underneath those answers. We bury underneath fear, noise, and self judgment. And that brings me to an important question. How do you speak to yourself when nobody's listening? How do you do that? Do you encourage yourself or do you criticize yourself? Do you extend compassion or constantly focus on what you are missing? The way you speak to yourself becomes the lens through which you experience your life. If your inner voice is constantly attacking you, success will never feel enough. If your inner voice is constantly judging you or others, no achievement will bring you peace, no satisfaction. Because transformation does not begin when our circumstances change. When I hit the lotto, I will do this. When I make more money, I will be that person. Transformation begins when your perspective changes. Hmm? And your perspective changes through your inner dialogue, your inner emotions, how you feel, the words you use, the meaning you assign to experiences, the story you tell yourself about who you are. So I want you to take a deep breath and let this sink in. And if this conversation is resonating with you and you are committed to make a change for yourself, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss future trainings, lives, mindset performance, and personal transformation tips. My information is on the chat. So, what story do you need to stop repeating in your life? Because most of the time, you and I are not stuck in our reality. We are normally stuck in our narrative, in our beliefs. We are stuck in our pretty much inner conversation. Maybe your story sounds like this. It's too late for me. I'm too old. I don't have the skills. Everyone else is married. I'm going to be alone forever. So, my challenge for you today is simple: change the narrative. Change the story you keep repeating in your mind, because until you change your narrative, life will continue presenting you with the same lessons, the same patterns, and often the same situations and same people. And why? Because we become what we repeatedly think. That's what happens. We become what we repeatedly do. We become what we repeatedly eat. We become what we repeatedly believe. And here is a scientific principle you have probably heard so many times and you still haven't done anything about it. Your brain does not, your brain does not clearly distinguish between reality and your imagination experiences. It doesn't. Your brain is an organ like your liver, like your lungs. It is designed to respond to messages you constantly give to it. So every time you say, I cannot do this, I'm going to fail, it's impossible, your brain begins to search for evidence that support those beliefs. And every time you say, I can learn. I can grow. I deserve the best things in life. I'm capable. It's the same. Your brain begins creating new pathways and new possibilities. Of course, you still have to act, right? Because when you change your story and you ch- is when you change your story and when you change the way you speak to yourself, your perspective begins to change. And when your perspectives change, your life begins to change. So today, I want to give you two practical tools that you can implement immediately. So let's think about relationships and how to reset them with this new perspective that I just brought to you. If you want a healthier relationship, right? Start by change the relationship you have with yourself, your narrative. So neuroscience shows us that emotional states are contagious, so people don't really hear your words, they feel your energy. um, for the next 7 days, as you step into your new week, before you speak with someone you love, your family, your coworkers, pause and ask yourself, what energy am I bringing into this conversation? And pause there and reflect. Bring this question to your week. And as you reflect, ask yourself, am I bringing appreciation? Am I bringing presence? Am I bringing patience? Or am I bringing stress, emotional exhaustion because my day was so busy now? I'm in a conversation that I don't have nothing to give. Hmm? One genuine expression of gratitude every day can transform a relationship more than 100 complaints, guidance, or venting dialogues. Remember, your relationships often reflect the emotional conversation happening inside of you, and your awareness is key. So now I want to look with your career. You know, many people, what they are doing, what do you think they're doing right now? They're waiting for confidence before they take action, right? But neuroscience tells us the opposite. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. So instead of asking or thinking, what if I fail? Start asking, what skill can I improve this week? Right? Focus on progress, not perfection. Your brain rewards evidence. Every small action sends a signal. I'm capable, I'm growing, I'm learning. If that is the mindset, that will really impact one conversation at a time, one presentation, one proposal, one new skill. Small actions really create momentum, guys. Momentum creates what? Confidence. Confidence create opportunities, and opportunities create the results you desire, that you're aligned to in your life. So now, as we move into the second half of this year, I want you to remember something important. You do not need to become someone new. You do not need to reinvent yourself. You don't need to prove your worth to anybody. You simply need to reconnect with who you already are beneath all the noise in the world. The strongest transformation for me are not about becoming more, are about removing what's no longer true. There was a time that you were not enough because you are an ongoing transformation. But today you are becoming, you are in your journey. So remove limiting beliefs, remove outdated stories, removing fear that says you are not enough, because you were never lacking nothing. You were simply disconnected from your own wisdom. So here is my challenge for you this week. Tonight, before you go to bed, stand in front of the mirror and look inside of your eyes, okay? And ask, what is the conversation I need to stop having with myself? Let that sink in, and then ask, what is the conversation I'm ready to begin? That is the answer. The answer, only the answer, may change the rest of your year, the next 6 months, and possibly the rest of your life. Before we close today, as you step into your week ahead, remember, your soul is not seeking applause. Oh my gosh, you did so well. No, your soul is seeking truth. We are not just human beings searching for meaning. We are souls having a human experience. We came here to rediscover our place within the greater whole. For me, is God, right? Not to spend our lives proving our worth to the world, to our managers, to our husbands, to our family, but to remember the worth we have always possessed. So stop hiding who you are to make other people feel comfortable. Stop shrinking your light so others won't feel, oh my gosh, intimidated. She's too much. He is too much. Because the world does not need a smaller version of you. The world needs the authentic version of you, the version that speaks the truth, the version that trusts its path, the version that remembers its value. Because your greatest contribution will never come from fitting in, will come from fully become who you are meant to be. Okay? So think about this as you step into your week. Thank you for spending your lunch break with me today. If this message resonates with you, type the word in the comments. I choose a new conversation. That's going to really make such a big difference for yourself. And if you know someone who needs this message, share this life with them, because you know, maybe the second half of the year can start for them, for you today, now. And the life you want to begin starts with the conversation you have with yourself. So I'm going to ask you to follow me on Instagram for daily mindset inspiration. And I will see you next live, next Saturday. Have a great week, and go Brazil, go USA.